रेडियो गरम मसाला तड़का मार के।
रजत रावल और आप सुन रहे हैं रेडियो गरम मसाला। आज है मेरे साथ एक जानी मानी पर्सनालिटी जिसके साथ हम बात करने वाले हैं, जिन्होंने म्यूज़िक को और रीमिक्सेस को एकदम, जैसे कह सकते हैं आप, रिवोल्यूशन ला दिया और एकदम म्यूज़िक इंडस्ट्री को, और स्पेशली जैसे मैंने कहा रीमिक्सेस को एकदम हिला के रख दिया। गाय हु पायनियर्ड दिस फ्यूजन टाइप ऑफ म्यूज़िक इन हमारे आप कह सकते हैं कि यूके से इनकी शुरुआत हुई। गाय हु वाज बोर्न इन दिल्ली, रेज्ड इन द यूके, performed globally and loved universally by all his fans for his great work that he does. कह सकते हैं दोस्तों कि कोई भी पार्टी हो तो वो इनके म्यूज़िक के बिना हो ही नहीं सकती। Guys, you guessed it correctly. I'm talking about none other than man himself, Bally Sagoo. Bally ji, welcome to Radio Garam Masala.
Thank you so much. Lovely to be here. I'm happy listening to all the listeners.
Great. So, सबसे पहले Bally ji, we know that you just came from India and you've got this hectic tour of Australia. You're starting with Perth and you've got all of the cities to perform. You've got New Zealand as well. So, how does it feel to be back in Perth?
It's fantastic, obviously, because it's not my first time here, and I've been here so many times now, and just landed yesterday, and we're kicking off in Perth. One of my favourite cities. It's a lovely place. Got a lot of family and friends here. Got a lot of close people that I've known for so long. But yeah, it's really exciting to be here now, and looking forward to the whole tour of Australia, and then moving over to New Zealand, really, because it's the end of the world, as we say. We're coming right to the end of the world.
Right on the opposite end of the spectrum. Yeah. But since your last time that you came here, so far the impression, what do you feel much difference in the city itself? Do you see anything much?
Yeah, there's a lot more new buildings and a lot of nice buildings being built up as well. But I've only just got it yesterday, so I've not been able to see too much.
Fair
but hopefully, in the short time I'm here, I'll get to see a lot more things. But obviously, main thing is for the performance here. That's what I've come for, and it's nice to see that the whole music scene has, moved along so much now. There's a lot more new stuff that's come out now. A lot more people, a lot more newer audiences are there. There's a lot more newer people coming out to party now. And,
definitely. So what's your expectation of from the crowd this evening? We know that the crowd has got a lot of expectation from you.
Yeah, I mean it's nice because first of all, everyone's clued into the music scene worldwide now. So people, even the new kids that are coming through now that weren't around in the 90s, say, when I started my music scene, they still know my tunes, they know some of my tunes. And then obviously I've got the grown-up ones now who have always grown up with my music as well. So it's nice introducing my music to the young kids and also getting the older people to come along as well, the ones who were brought up in the music scene in the 90s as well, really. But I make music for all types of age groups, so it's not just about, ek style ka music hai, my music covers a lot of styles.
I was actually going to ask you that question as my next one, that you've got such a diverse range, like you said, you've got different age groups starting from little kids to the grown-ups. You've got Sufi kind of music, you've got the really hardcore Punjabi kind of numbers, and you've got some really slow listening, jaise ki wo song tha Noori. How do you shift between such a variety of music?
I think my main thing is that when I make music, it's depending on what kind of mood I'm in. So if I'm in a real Bhangra up-tempo mood, when I'm in the studio, I make sort of dancey, peppy numbers. So that the songs like Gudna Ishmata, Aja Nachle, Botla Sharab Diyan, these are really party, hard Punjabi songs. But I still keep in mind the non-Punjabi audiences as well, because I have a lot of Bengalis that like my music, I have a lot of Muslims that like my music, and not just Punjabi audiences, but like Western audiences. So they like my sound. So I try to keep that in my mind, and then obviously I do the slow jams as well. I mean, obviously one of my biggest slow jams was Churaliya, which came out in the 90s on 94 Flashback, and that really sort of showed me that this kind of music can appeal to not just Indians, but operate non-Indians, non-Asians, and also that you can play slow jams sometime in clubs as well. I mean, a lot of Indian people don't like slow music in clubs,
right?
So that's why a lot of music gets turbocharged. Hence why I started the whole scene in the early days. I took slow songs, I made them faster, and a lot of people didn't think it would work, and obviously the whole scene was born from there. And now in India and Bollywood now, you'll hear so many songs being remade immediately, not like years later.
That's right.
So the same song will be made in a different style, because it's down to people like us to promote it in clubs and parties as well, because then it gets more popularity with the audiences as well, So yeah, I mean, this is something that I've done all my life. So for me, it's not something that I've just started doing, It's like yes, people are now started doing it, started copying. There's a lot of people that are trying to do the similar kind of thing now. But you always get the good, the bad, and the really, really bad. So it's like in anything, in acting, in singing, you know, in every industry, it will always happen, you know.
That's true. But let me tell you something about this fusion thing, that the trend that you started, and a lot of the people have tried to copy it or get inspired by it and do a similar sort of an attempt. Some have failed, others have succeeded, but none have been able to master it the way how you have. So that's
very nice of you. Can you say that again?
That's actually the fact, sir. But the hip hop, the Western, and the Indian music that you put together, when did you conceive that idea of doing something like this, which was probably never heard of, and that too in a country like UK?
Yeah. Well, you see, me being brought up in the UK, I was born in Delhi, and my parents migrated immediately as soon as I was born. So growing up in a multicultural background in an area which was predominantly a black area with a lot more reggae music, hip hop music and soul music, I was brought up in that disco era. So growing up with those sounds, my mom and dad was more Muhammad Rafi and Asha Bhosle and Lata Mangeshkar, which is Bollywood. I couldn't relate to any of those sounds, just like my friends growing up in the UK.
Right.
What we wanted was what we were hearing on TV and on the radio. So I started experimenting in my bedroom with cassette players. I used to DJ with cassettes. It's not funny, it's a true story. And then it progressed from there. And then I thought, okay, let me take Indian song and then put it together with an English song. And then I used to loop the cassettes and make the beats longer, because I didn't have the technologies we have today, it's computers and stuff. And then I tried to balance them together and make something sound not so, say, heavy or up-tempo, sound better with a disco beat. And I remember doing a lot of Michael Jackson mixes in the early days, and Boney M and Bee Gees and these kind of things I was listening on the radio. And then I sort of just stumbled on this sound, and then in the sort of late 70s, coming in the early 80s, I was at school and all the kids were dancing in class for my music. And then I realized that, you know, maybe I should continue this, and maybe one day I'll have a studio. So I should do all this in my bedroom, really. And then I progressed from there, you know, and then slowly I shifted to the Indian music scene as the years went on. And my first break came when I did a track with Malkeet Singh. It was called Hey Jamal or Tu Tak Tu Tak. And that was the company's idea, or the Star Agencies, and they gave me the vocal track of Malkeet Singh's song. And I did a remix to it, and it was officially released, and it was a very big hit. And then from there I got the chance to do a full album. And so basically my first material was released in 89. Right, and from there I was making my own albums, and then one after another the whole scene was born from there. And then I got to work with some great legends, and the late Nusrat Ali Khan came and he worked with me and made an album with me called Magic Touch. And on there we had classic songs like Kina Sonat and Rabne Banaya, Mera Pira Garaya, Jule Jule Lal. Half of these tracks were written in the studio there and then.
Really?
Yeah, and I was so fortunate that I got to work with the late Nusrat as well. So,
yeah, like you said, you got to work with the great, the legend Nusrat ji, and also you've worked with Amitabh Bachchan, and the list basically is too long for me to mention the names, but these are, you know, one of the really big figures in the Bollywood industry. How does it feel to be having the chance to work with these legends?
It's obviously very, you know, I'm very, you know, lucky that I've been blessed with so many different chances and been in the billboards and, you know, promote the culture, promote our music. And, you know, I was invited personally by the late President of India, Shankar Dayal Sharma, the late Shankar Dayal Sharma, because I was in the Billboard charts with an Indian song. It was a big thing for us because we don't get Indian music in the mainstream. And to get our music played on the radio was a very hard thing. And Churalia was the first Indian record to get playlisted on the major radio one, the national radio in our country, in the UK. And then I had Dil Cheese, which was my number 12 track in the billboards from my album Rising in the East. And for that reason I was invited to the Delhi to meet the president. And it was a great feeling for me. And then from there I won so many numerous best album, best remixer, best song of the year, best DJ of the year. I won so many awards in a continuous way. And then I got to work with the best of the playback singers, and also the best Punjabi singers. You know, Hans Rajan's fantastic singer sang my song Aaja Nachle, which was a super duper hit. A lot of movie stars were models, and they became movie stars from my videos, like Malaika Arora from Good Night Jasarora, Arjun Rampal. And I feel like, wow, you know, they've helped me and I've helped them in some way or another. You know, people say You know, Nusrat Ali Khan, he was on catwalks now. He was being played on in clubs now, and he was played in sound systems in cars. These singers, these Sufi singers, were never played in those kind of environments before.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of people interested in that sound.
Right.
And then obviously we took Sufi music to a different level by working on that style. And even now I'm doing a lot more Sufi chill out music on my new productions. And I've always loved the Pakistani sound. I mean, my biggest album was recorded in Pakistan, in Lahore, right in the east. And I recorded with Shabnam Majid there with these songs, Tum Binjia, Da Sajana, Dil Cheese. And, you know, there's so many songs that I've recorded in different parts of the world. You know, I mean, I've recorded rappers in Africa. You know, I have a base now in Bombay, so I'm recording a lot of Saregama Indian Idol singers, and as well as the professionals like Sonu Nigam, Malka Yagnik, Shreya Vishal, Udit Narayan, Kanal Ganjola.
Yeah.
You know, I get equally excited working with new talent. I've always loved working with new singers, and having my own record company for so many years, I run my own ship. I sort of sail my own ship, you know, and it's great for me to meet someone and say, I want to record that person and release it, because a lot of people will listen to it. And I've showcased so many new singers and different artists on my banner, you know. So I've worked with the best music companies in the world, and I've set my own company, so I've learned from there. You know?
Excellent. But it must be really satisfying kind of a feeling to come such a long way from what you just explained, that, you know, recording on that CD and stuff. And
No, there was no CDs, it was cassettes.
oh, sorry, cassettes. My bad. Yeah.
Yeah, you're too young. But then, in my days, it was cassettes.
And from there, you actually the newer talent that's coming up, you're promoting them as well. So it's a great you know, win-win situation, I suppose. But we've got a lot of talent here in Perth as well. A lot of your
Really?
fans.
You
Yes.
gotta introduce me to some talent here. I'm always looking for singers. Can you sing?
No, I can't. I can't
Half of
sing.
the people that release albums can't sing, okay? You can't be worse than them.
But would you like to give a tip or a message to your fans who are trying to you know, get inspired by your style and make into the DJ industry?
Well, I mean, there's all different types of things that you know, that you got to take on board. First of all, you know, nowadays that the technology is there, it's a lot more easier now to do your ideas and get them showcased through all the, you know, social media and stuff. But what I think people should do more is, like, I don't think that everyone should concentrate on maybe doing Bhangra. You know, there's a lot more other styles you can do. Punjabi music doesn't need to be just Bhangra. It could be soulful, it can be dance, it can be R&B and so on. And when people think of Punjabi music, they always think of Dol music, they think of Bhangra music. And that's why, you know, I really like to see more females singing songs. It's always more of a male thing, you know, with all the songs. Whereas Bollywood is in a whole different world, you know. I think Bollywood has got great melodies, great singers, great sounds. Lyrics is a very, very important thing in the Bollywood scene. Bhangra still lags, I think, a little bit when it comes to these type of things. I think we need more different compositions, different styles. But I really, really like to see more girls come on the scene, and there's a big shortage of that, I think. And if you can sing, for sure, send me your demo, send me your voice. Even if you're in the bathroom, it's fine. And you know, you got phones like this now, you can just sing in the phone and just send your voice, you know, because it's always nice to meet and record different people from all, you know, backs of, from the world and backgrounds and different cultures. And I don't care, you know, you're from this culture or that culture or this language, you know. I love Tamil music, I love Telugu music, I love Kannada music, I love Bengali music, I love Hindi, Punjabi, I love Arabic, I love so many different styles of music. I don't understand half the lyrics, but I can feel it.
Yeah.
And so if I'm going to make a song, I will ask the writer, like, you know, what's the mood of the song, and if it's like this to the topic, then I will put that kind of music together with that song. So
Sure.
I think there is no language for the music. You know,
Music doesn't have
it's
language.
kind of like everyone can get into it. And I think when you see Gores dancing to Bhangra music, it's a great thrill for us all.
That's
Because
true.
we love seeing Western people dancing to our music, you know.
That's true. And on that, I've got this question. Like you said, you know, the music itself has got its own language. This your latest album, which is this particular song I'm talking about is Thori Ki
Thodi Ji Kori.
Thori Ji Kori
Yeah.
Lagdi. What does this mean?
Thodi Ji Kori is like, it's a little bit spicy. The song is Thodi Ji Kori Lagdi, which pani pali hai. It's got double meaning. Like a drink can be kori, okay? So it's a bit too strong. So basically what he's saying is that the drink is a bit too strong. Let's put a bit of water in there. Thodi Ji Kori Lagdi hai, which pani pali hai, right? Could be a girl. The girl is a bit hot.
All
So
right,
it's like
okay.
Thodi Ji Kori Lagdi hai, which pani pali hai. So yeah, again, a new guy, Harry Mirza, great different type of vocal sound. And what I did was I made it on a Western dance tip. It's a Punjabi song, but it's not Bhangra. Yeah, and it's on a dance beat.
Yeah.
So it's a house Punjabi track, and it just again showing you that the album is called Future Shock. It's a new album with different singers on there.
Right.
And I've got all types of songs on there. There's a bit of Bhangra on there. There's a bit of nice chill out music on there. My favourite song on the album is Marjana Dil, that Sonu Kakkar sang.
All right.
And Sonu Kakkar is a very popular singer in India today, and she's a close friend of mine. And the unique thing was her brother wrote the song in like 1 hour, and I played them a backing track I'd made. And she said, "Can I sing you a song on this?" Because I was looking for singers. And I said, "Fine." And her brother said, "Just give me some time, I'll just write." And amazing sort of combination of the way the song made out. And and if you haven't heard it, you should check it out. It's on the album. And then there's a lot more new singers on there. I did a dubstep mix as well, and I've done Bhangra on there. And then there's the nice chill out. I try to have that on most of my CDs. If you pick up most of my albums, there's never like 8 Bhangra songs or 8 dance songs, There's always something for everybody. And I think that's what keeps me in sort of touch with all the different audiences. It's very important for me to have the whole wide spectrum of listeners. And because I get kids come up to me that like my music, and then I get mommy and daddies and the uncles, and not just that, but then the different cultures people come up.
That's it. So Perth listeners, अगर आप सुन रहे हैं तो जैसे कि बाली जी ने बताया कि he is promoting new talent. तो अगर आपके पास भी कुछ talent है तो Bally would like to see your talent. So send your videos into him. But फिलहाल यदि आप देखना चाहते हैं कि बाली जी का टैलेंट कितना है, आपने उनको वीडियो पे तो डेफिनेटली देखा होगा, बट यू कैन सी हिम लाइव इन एक्शन टुनाइट एट मेट्रो इन नॉर्थ ब्रिज. Starts at 9 p.m. So if you haven't bought the tickets already, please do so, and we hope to see you there. Bally ji, thank you once again for your time, for coming and giving us the opportunity to talk to you.
Thank you guys.
We hope that you have a fantastic stay in Perth, and we hope that you have a safe flight to your next destination.
Thank you so much.
See you soon.
Thank you guys.
Thanks.